Alright, I think we're up now. Anyways, hi YouTube, I'm back. Today we're in Microsoft Flight Simulator, not in P3D or XP11. I just picked up the Cessna 414 Chancellor the other day by Flysimware. So this is what we're going to be flying today, changing things up a little bit in MSFS. We're going to be flying today from Stephenville Clark Regional Airport. That's going to be Sierra Echo Papa to Aero Country Airport. That's going to be Tango 31. The flight time today is going to be about 30 minutes. Just wanted to do kind of a casual stream, get back in the swing of things, and we'll go from there. So quick view of the outside of the plane. Everything's really detailed. Looks nice. You can see we have the option, there's an iPad on the interior. We can configure the wing lockers, the door, the pitot covers, engine covers, etc. Under here too we got some nice weathering. Yeah, overall it looks really nice. So let's pop inside. Alright, so here we are inside the cockpit of the 414 Chancellor. But it's up here looks really nice. I'm not gonna lie. And we have the iPad, pretty advanced here. You can see this is where we can configure all those doors and everything I was talking about. But it's a lot more than just a cockpit in here. You can interact with these too. It's pretty nice. Yeah, but as I was saying, it's a lot more than a cockpit. If you look back behind us, we have a full cabin, and there's some parts back here that you can interact and kind of play with. You can interact with like your seat armrests, put those up and down, move them. Then you have these little tray tables right here that come out. And there's even cup holders, which is pretty interesting. It's just a nice detail they added. The interior's really high quality too. You got curtains, of course those don't work, but then you got lights that do work when the battery's on, of course. And then back here, you got storage, little lockers, and just a seat. We do have this weird, this is supposed to be a mirror, supposed to be reflecting that, but since Microsoft hasn't implemented that yet into the sim, it looks pretty strange, as probably some other people have said as well, but that's about it. And then you got the door, of course. So we're actually going to close the door now. We can do that from the interior, and then latch. And going back to the cockpit, we're going to make sure, we're going to close the wing locker, remove the engine plugs, and remove the pitot covers. And so now, we're going to get everything fired up now that we're here in the sim. Alright, so we're going to start with the battery. We'll wait on the avionics bus until we get the engine started, as normal for most GA aircraft. Can get the nav lights on right now. We'll wait on all the others. Don't want to waste our battery power. We got good amps. So to start the Cessna 414, pretty similar to Cessna 310, which I fly in real life. And I fly it around this area too, which is why I wanted to do this flight. Of course, I'm looking forward to the Milviz Cessna 310R. That's going to be coming soon to Microsoft Flight Sim. So yeah, over here. Well, first, let's get the trim set up. You can see it's all the way up here, full nose down. Don't want that; that'll make us crash. So we'll just put it at takeoff. Make sure the parking brake is set. It was. So that's nice. So, to start, we're going to want to, let's go to the checklist. So we're going to do before starting engines. We can tick that item. Control locks are stowed. Seatbelt shoulder harness secured. Fuel selectors. We're going to want to put fuel selectors to the mains. Alright, mains, check. Landing gear is confirmed down and locked, so we can check that as well. Throttles are 1/8 inch open. Props going to be full forward. Mixture for startup is full rich, so that's checked. Circuit breakers, just check all the circuit breakers are pushed in, and they are, so we can tick that as well. Flight time, need to reset that to 0. I'm still getting used to using this clock, it's a bit weird. So there we go. Prop sync, we're going to make sure that's off, and it is. Can check that. Battery is already on. Gear position lights green, checked. Fuel totalizer is already checked. Parking brake, confirmed that a minute ago, that's set. So before start engine checklist is completed. Let's move on to starting the engines. Obviously we want to make sure the prop area is clear. Don't want to chop anybody up today. So that is clear. Magnetos, we'll get all 4 on. Checked. Engines. Now we're going to start the engines. So move that down here. As I said before, throttle 1/8 inch open. Mixture on the left engine is going to be full rich. And we'll start the left first. Prime engine for 2 seconds. 2. And then we're going to put the aux fuel pumps on low. From there we can start the 414. There we go. Pull the throttle back. We want about 800 RPM. There we go. So we have about 800 RPM now coming from the nice engines on this 414. Let me turn down the sim here to make sure you guys can still hear me, of course. Alright, so now we can start the timer once again. Oh, come on. Yeah, I'm not sure really how to use the chrono still. And there we go, we got it running. I don't really need a clock, so we'll just leave that at 0. So we're going to do the same thing with the other engine now. Going to put the throttle open 1/8, mixture full rich, prime for 2 seconds, 1, 2, and then open this window so we can hear it. Oops. Alright. There we go. Good start on number 2. Building up manifold. And we'll equalize the RPM. Alright, so we got a good start. Now we can turn on the avionics. And of course we'll complete our checklist. So that's ticked. Before taxi, just did that, so we can tick. And this is for
traffic to Kepler 5528 Kilo. South end of the field, back taxi 17 to midfield, and then off.
Alright, there was our radios are confirmed working now. So on the map, we already got the route programmed from MSFS, main menu. We can go to, what's it?
Traffic static 1235 Echo, 5 miles final, runway 36, practice GPS 36, leave at 2,200. 1 mile south, we'll make a left turn to the southwest.
You know, we'll do traffic. There's no traffic, but we'll just make sure. Can make sure squawking VFR, that was confirmed already, 1200, and we'll do standby since we aren't going into regional approaches airspace right now. Our cruising altitude is going to be 4,500 today. And you know, now we're going to call and get the weather for Stephenville.
Climb to 2,500, depart to the southwest. Last call.
So Stephenville AirNav. If you go to airnav.com, not sponsored, you can see for any airport, regional airport, you can go and find their weather ASOS number, and then you can call that to get the current real world weather, which I'm using because I'm using Rex Weather Force. So I'm gonna call that number real quick. Let you guys hear.
Gust 17, visibility 10, clear below 12,000, temperature 25 Celsius, dew point 8, altimeter 29er, remarks. Density altitude 2,800.
My Victor taking the active 35 is going to be south departure.
Stephenville Clark Field Municipal Airport. Automated weather observation 1708 Zulu, weather, wind 160 at 9er, gust 17, visibility 10.
Alright, so the winds are 160. I'm gonna check that real quick. The runways here at Stephenville are gonna be, that we can choose from, are gonna be a 14.
Traffic experimental 110 Lima Victor, just maneuvering the area looking for.
So we're going to go to runway 14, which is actually closer to us, so that's pretty convenient today. Altimeter was 29er, already got that set in there. Make sure it's set on this one as well.
Yeah, not a problem. We're just cleared to the northeast.
Alright, okay. Got that. Now we can start our taxi. So we're going to verify the brakes are working. Pull off the parking brake here. So the brakes are working. Tick item, tick item. We're not ready for engine run up yet, so we'll wait on that until we get down to the runway. Anyways, we can get our taxi light on now. Gonna start our taxi out to runway 14 here at Stephenville. And something we want to do before we pull onto the taxiway is our control check. So we're just going to check, make sure we have full control. Controls are free and loose.
Copy that. You're full stops and then in the pattern, or are you going to be clearing the runway? We're going to be taking off right away.
So controls are verified. Let's move.
Okay. Experimental filling a Victor. Okay, we'll give some spacing here.
Make sure that window's closed. Yeah, just closing the windows here. Not sure why there's a car on the taxiway, but whatever. We're gonna go on to taxiway Alpha here, down to 14. 14 is pretty close. 3-2 was the further of the two, but we're not using that anyway.
36 looking for the other traffic. Oh, we got you on the runway, thanks.
So on our engines now, we have good cylinder head temp, good oil temp, PSI's in the green
Yes, sir.
for
Traffic,
1 and 2.
line number 36.
What's your position?
We're about 4 miles south of the runway.
So now we're
36.
at runway 14.
Okay, what kind of speed you
Gonna
doing?
pull the parking brake.
160 knots.
Okay, so Dobry is on base. Turn final here shortly.
So
we will
we're
get out
gonna,
of your
for the
way.
engine run up,
You
put
can
throttles
come up
to
on
1700 RPM.
Well, okay,
So let's
it's up
do
to
that.
you. We can go around, we can do a circle, whatever you need. We don't want to inconvenience you.
Nah, don't worry. Come straight on in.
All right, thank you very much.
— 1700 RPM. Right and left flow is already checked. Alternators. Oops. Alternators are now checked. Vacuum pressure, want to make sure that's good. Vacuum pressure is checked. Magnetos checked. Props full checked. Instruments already checked. We want to feather real quick. And then we'll pull them back to 1000 RPM. So, that's checked. And our engine run up is complete. Alright, before takeoff checklist, fuel quantity is checked. Fuel selectors are already on the main tanks, that's checked. Emergency shut off. That's pushed down. Cowl flaps. We don't need cowl flaps right now.
461 Bravo Golf. It's about 3 miles to the
Trim
east.
tab
We'll be
is set
joining up
to
on the left downwind
wing
runway
flaps.
18.
Wing flaps are up. Prop sync is off. Instruments are already set. Lights. Want to turn on our anti-collision here. And the landing light can come out and turn on. Cabin doors and windows are closed and checked. Pressurization is on auto. Annunciator panel is clear. Aux fuel pumps, bump those to high. Flight controls, we already did that. Ice protection is not needed today.
461 Bravo Golf
Secured.
joining up on the downwind for
We're
18.
complete. Alright, so landing light is checked. We're going to go to 2700 RPM and mixture
Traffic,
fuel
Stephenville
flow above
461 Bravo
170.
Golf, turning left, Vegas runway 18 for the grass.
Now Stephenville isn't the longest runway and we are a 414, so we're going to require, of course, max power. Going to hold the brakes here for our takeoff roll. $170. All right.
Traffic, Starbird 461 Bravo Golf, turning final, runway 18 for the grass.
All right. Let's roll. Knots, 90, start rotating, and we're 100, tap the brakes, gear coming up, and we have full gear retraction. Trim, Engine instruments look good.
Traffic stop at 461 Bravo Golf in the downwind for runway 18.
We want to center on the aircraft there. Alright, so we're doing a nice little climb out through 2,000 feet here at
Traffic stop
Stephenville.
at 461 Bravo Golf, turn it
I'm
left
going to
base,
keep the
runway 18
VS
for the ground.
about 1,000 if we can. Start our left turn out here towards Aero Country. And we're going to climb up to 4,500 as I think I said before. We can start powering back to 35. And we'll start rolling out wings level.
11 X-ray 3 miles to the east, bearing left downwind for 17.
And there's Stephenville. And we have autopilot on now.
55 Whiskey Hotel 5 West, just on the other side of 35W. We're going to head to Waxahachie and enter on a 45 for left downwind, runway 18.
Now, since we're leaving Stephenville's area, we're going to tune to Fort Worth Center. We're not entering their airspace, but we can hear them.
4590, clear left, heading 330, clear visual first, runway 28 left.
Heading 330, clear to join, clear vision 28 left, guys, 4590.
American 855 with you, 6 out.
American 855, direct duty, speed of 200, then it's going to maintain 4,000.
200, then 4,000, American 855.
Remember, we'll switch to 4,600 for the even. Looking good on the speed, can start bringing back the power to about 3,000. We'll bring it back to 24. We can bring back the props to 2,500.
United 1951 checking on out of 11.
Prop sync can come on.
6 up.
1951 first record.
We're fighting a bit of a crosswind here. You can see our plane's angled a little bit. Nice views. Obviously, I was supposed to do this already, but we can pull in the landing lights.
American 855,
Watch that
Major
go
Airport
up.
inside. The airport's 10 o'clock, 8 miles.
Bridgeton Airport, inside American 855.
American 855, cross memo ladder above 4,000, take the clear runway 28 left.
That's been ladder below 4 and cleared for a ladder above 4 and cleared for the bridge visual American 855. 28 left.
United 1951, just going to maintain 4,000 expedite descent.
4,000 and expedite, United 1951.
This is going relatively smooth.
It was 4590, kind of tower 120.5 today.
What tower's code 4590?
Alright, so we're going to stay at 4,500 or 4,600 feet until we get close to Aero Country.
United 1951,
Aero Country is going to be in about, let's see, it's going to be about 84 nautical miles, 34 minutes left, so not that far off at all. Be relaxing, won't be talking much until I get there, but sit back, relax, and enjoy.
American 855, reduce speed to 180.
Well, to 180, American 855.
American 855, thank you, maintain 180 knots with a high spin, kind of tower 120.5 today.
180 is the bridge, 825, American 855.
United 1951, turn left heading 090. How do you turn traffic 10 to 11 o'clock, 10 miles, up direction 7,000, descending as a RJ28 right?
090, United 1951, looking for the traffic.
United 1951, turn left heading 010.
United 1951, 010,
United 1951, as a turn, the traffic is 12 o'clock, 5 miles, westbound 5,000, RJ.
looking United 1951.
Set 1951, descend maintain 2,500.
Down 2,500, United 1951, descending.
Looks like we're passing over a lake right now. That makes for a pretty nice view. MSFS water textures are really nice too.
Set 1951, turn left heading 300 and a super right sway left localized.
300 to heading intercept 28 left below United 1951.
It's interesting to me how you can make a sim look this good, but also get 45, 60 FPS at the same time. It's pretty amazing.
United 1951, out of that turn, the traffic is about 2:30 at 3 o'clock, 4 miles, or westbound 5,000.
Alright, we're below it, don't see it yet, United 1651.
United 1951, you still don't have the traffic yet, they're currently restricted above you.
Fields in sight, we do not have the traffic, United 1951.
1951, the RJ has you in sight, your clear visual approach from my straight left.
Clear visual, 28 left, United 1951, thanks. Speed up to us, you have a need on the speed for United 1951.
1951, 200 knots for now, please. The RJ is going to be slowing back to keep you in sight.
200 on the speed, United 1951. United 1951, the RJ is actually in front of us.
1951, do you have him in sight, sir?
Yes.
1951, maintain visual separation, maintain 180 or not.
180 on the speed, yeah, 1951.
And 1951, tower 120.5, good day.
Good day, 20.5.
United 2123, descend and maintain 5,000.
Descend and maintain 5,000, yeah, 2123.
And 2123, an advisory for you. Some marginal conditions, aircraft will be stepping down until one or the other gets each other in sight. You can be pairing with a Virgin Airbus. They're currently 2 o'clock, 10 miles, 6,000 depending. You probably won't see them until they're out of around 5,000 or 4,000 unless you calling them up to you.
That is 2123, thanks.
United 2123, turn right, heading 340 for now.
Okay, right turn heading 340, United 2123.
United 2123, maintain 220 knots.
220 on the knots, United 2123. Driver start 7908 Delta Sierra 1,800, climbing 3,500.
For 8 Delta Sierra, you're clear of the Bravo 4,500.
Cleared Bravo 4,500, 8 Delta Sierra.
And 432, heading our capture left heading 090.
Left heading 090, about 30.
The Airbus has the insight to maintain 3,000, turn left heading 310 and supplement 28 left localizer.
Down to 3,000, 310, we got the Airbus also, intercepted 28 left localized here at 2123.
Then 2123, maintain visual separation and maintain 190 knots. The airport is 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock, 23 miles.
Airport's inside 190 knots here at 2123.
Then 2123, clear visual bridge away to the left.
Clear the visual, straight left at 2123.
In 432 heavy, this will maintain 5,000.
Maintain 5,000, Singapore 32 feet.
432 Heavy, turn left heading 030.
Left heading 030, Singapore 328. Singapore 32, can we slow down now?
432 Heavy, maintain 200 knots and descend to maintain 4,000.
200 knots, descend maintain 4,000, Singapore 32.
Center 2123, contact tower 120.5, maintain 160 knots. When you're able, you can S-turn if you need it for descent.
And then 2123, we'll go to the tower 160 knots, and then we'll get down from here. 2123, thank you.
Wind 432 Heavy, maintain 4,000, expedited descent, traffic 10 o'clock, 5 miles, westbound 4,737.
4,000, expedite descent, Singapore 32 meters. Approaching at 1294 is with you, passing 8,000 for 6,000, please. Information, Zulu.
At 1294, approach heading 020.
020 now, the turning at 1294.
Wind 432 Heavy, turn left heading 320 on the Superman Suite, left localizer, it's going to maintain 3,100.
Left heading 320, descend maintain 3,100, diesel localizer 28 left, Singapore 32.
Alright guys, so some upcoming POIs. Right next to us on the left is going to be, let's see if we can find it. There we go. That's Kilo Alpha Foxtrot Whiskey, Fort Worth Alliance Fort Worth Airport. Then, coming up to the right up ahead is DFW. You can see all those runways right there. So that's DFW Airport. Gonna want to avoid that area. And then to the left a bit further is gonna be DTO.
Traffic's preceding you for 28 right. There'll be 1 o'clock, 4 miles, westbound 3,800.
Doubt we can see that right now.
When you're able.
Okay, looking for traffic, Singapore 32.
And then past Fort Worth is gonna be Addison. So it's up here somewhere. We'll see as we get closer.
United 1294, contemplate turbulence and show of heavy Airbus, descend to maintain 4,000.
Roger, United 1294, descend maintain 4,000.
Where's my mouse? gosh.
Same 432, heavy maintain 180 knots. The traffic preceding you is currently 12, moving to 1 o'clock, 4 miles at 3,000.
Maintain 180 knots, Singapore 32.
Same 432, advise standing traffic for your clearance.
Looking for traffic, Singapore 32.
Same 432, heavy, just join the 2-8 left localizer. Expect clearance once you start traffic, and also there's going to be departure traffic off to your left, common restricted beneath you.
Okay, Singapore 32, we establish localizer 2-8 left.
That is at 1294, just to maintain 4,000.
Sending just 4,000 at 1294.
Same 432, heavy, maintain visual separation.
Visual separation, Singapore 32.
Same 432, heavy, you're currently 5 miles from Viet, cleared ILS, and make left approach.
Okay, it's runway 28 left approach, Singapore 32.
As you guys can probably see, this is DFW Airport, Kilo Delta Foxtrot Whiskey.
From 149, additional traffic about 11 o'clock, 5 miles westbound, section north, eastbound
And Aero
4,500.
Country,
Descending
here, let me
restricted
put this up.
737.
Fucking wrong one.
Aero Country, our destination, is going to be right up ahead, so we're actually going to want to power back and start our descent.
Red 1294,
Not that
traffic,
far.
1 o'clock, 5 miles westbound,
There we
5000
go.
Southwest 737. They have you inside, turn left heading 360.
Left turn 360 if not 1294.
So we're going to want to call for the current altimeter again. We're going to call the neighbor airport to Aero Country, which is McKinney National. That's the TKI airport. Oh, that didn't work.
From 149, turn right, right turn heading 280, vector 3 o'clock.
Right, 280, roll 149.
Clear below 12,000. Temperature 25 Celsius. Dew point 11. Altimeter 2997. Remarks. Density altitude 1,900. Present weather identification not available.
That is 1294, turn left heading
Rockwall
360,
Municipal Airport. Automated weather observation 175 Zulu. Weather wind 180 at 12.
So winds are going to be 180 at Rockwall, which is nearby. T31 doesn't have its own ASOS. So we're going to be landing on runway 17, which is over a roadway that's nearby. So what we're going to want to do is go into heading mode, start flying out east, so then we can enter the traffic pattern for runway 17.
That's 1294, maintain visual separation, clear visual approach, wing clear left.
Clear visual approach 28 left, 1294.
We'll stay at 3200 for now.
And room 49, I'm sorry about that. Actually maintain 3000 for now. 3000 for the altitude for coordination.
Okay, we'll go back down to 3,000, roll 149.
Friday Harbor traffic, Skyhawk 68 Quebec is taking runway 16. Going to be a left turn out over to Lopez, Friday Harbor traffic.
So we're on 1229, which is Unicom for Aero Country. 1229 is also shared by neighboring airports, so it's going to show TA-77, which is
Traffic Beaver,
another airport nearby here.
Final point, northwestbound landing at Friday Harbor Water, northeast 1,500.
Airport's going to be up
Your
ahead
harbor area
to the
traffic,
north on our
708, next point
left
landing
side,
gear
probably
1.
about 11 o'clock. Should be able to get visual on that soon.
Right with midfield downwind, runway 18, full stop, adequate.
Now we gotta watch for these cell towers that are in the area. Some of them get up almost near 2,000 feet, so we gotta make sure we're over that AGL.
Friday Harbor traffic, 707 Papa Alpha is taking 16 for a left turn out. Friday Harbor.
So Aero Country should be about 5 nautical miles away now.
Guys, I'm in traffic. Skyhawk 68 Quebec is over America's camp on the 45, turn to the right downwind for runway 16 Lopez.
So that is Aero Country. We're gonna stay parallel with this roadway.
Lopez, Friday Harbor traffic, Sky 271 Romeo coming up on Cattle Pass 2.5, going to overfly Friday Harbor on the way to Roach. And one.
And Aero Country traffic, Twin Cessna 427 Romeo Charlie entering left downwind, runway 17, full stop Aero Country. So we can turn off autopilot.
707 Papa Alpha is to the golf course, making our left turn out toward Cattle Pass. Friday Harbor.
Get our landing light out and on. Props come back up. Prop sync coming off. Aux fuel pumps low, mixture full rich. And Aero Country traffic, Twin Cessna 427 Romeo Charlie, turning left base for final, runway 17, full stop Aero Country. Landing gear coming up.
Skyhawk 69 is there, Papa 5 miles southeast, inbound for 16, Friday Harbor.
Final approach flaps, we overshot that hard. Jesus. Okay, I guess the winds did not help us, but whatever. We're still coming in anyway.
Lopez Island traffic, 68 Quebec is turning right down.
And we're fine. Unrealistic, but whatever.
Full stop, Lopez.
And gears are 3 green, locked.
Highway traffic, traveler biplane circling Rosario, 1,500 feet.
As you can see, Aero Country's runway is pretty short. Don't have much room to work with. And there's a truck right where we need to go. That's nice. Idiot. And Aero Country traffic, Twin Cessna 427 Romeo Charlie, currently active. Aero Country. Alright, so as we taxi back to the gate, we can turn our avionics off. Anti-collision can come off, landing gear can be, or not landing gear, landing light can be retracted. I might do a scenery update for this airport. I don't know why there's lights in the middle of the runway, or the taxiway. So yeah, maybe I'll come out with some freeware eventually. I want to fix my home base airport. And we're gonna taxi in here. I don't know how we hit that. More unrealistic. This is why I play Flight Sim. No crashes. IRL, the wingtip clearance is much higher right here. Don't have like 6 inches to work with in real life, but I don't know, it's a flight sim, whatever. At least it isn't the real thing. And this is about where you'd stop and then you'd push back the aircraft afterwards. Cut. And we can turn off our lights and cut the battery. Whoa. Well, that about does it for this Flysimware Cessna 414 Chancellor flight from Stephenville to Aero Country. We arrived at Aero Country just fine. Looks like the winds didn't help us there on the base for final. We overshot that a little bit, but we were able to get back on course, get down safely. In real life, that would have been a go-around, of course, but since we're in the sim, anything flies, literally. You can hear the engine popping sounds if you listen closely. So that's something worth noting. It's pretty cool, if I say so myself. So yeah, I like the Cessna 414. I think it's worth the introductory price of $39.99. Of course, it's still in beta, so if you saw any issues with the plane, I haven't really noticed any, but if you saw any issues with it, it's not a final product at this point. That's why there's a discount off the price right now, $39.99, because it's in beta. I'm guessing if you want to wait till final release, it'll be $49.99, $50, and so I'd say just buy it now. Really recommend this plane. Of course, if you have the PMS GTN like I do, that makes for a really nice avionics upgrade as well, since it supports the GTN 750s. So that, yeah, that's about it with the Cessna 414 this flight. Catch you guys around. Keep the blue side up. See you guys.